Hello everybody with Hey and Hello, this is Janine and welcome to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, we are going to talk about another movie review that I'm really excited to share to you guys because this is one of my favorites and it's a story about Dracula. I didn't know that there was a remake until it comes into my recommendation. I have been a fan of Dracula. I've read the book, I've listened to podcasts, summarizations, and different takes of Dracula. I have listened to radio dramas. I was just like, yeah, a fan of the literature. And this time around, it's Dracula Tale of Love. It's a 2025 movie and it still has the same path with a 1992 film where he wanted to find his love, Elizabeth, her reincarnation. But this time around, it actually deepens the story of love that he has for Elizabeth. And then Jonathan Harker came to his palace talking about the properties he owned and becomes his prisoner, and his narration to Jonathan Harker about his beloved Elizabeth and his journey in finding her. You know the moment when he talks about her, that she is the only person in the world that he believes could cure him, because he said in his narration that he was denied of salvation because of what he did, of what he is against with God's will. It was shown in the movie on how his longing, the grief that was taken a toll into him. When he was looking for Elizabeth, he created this scent to lure women, and then in times where it was too much for him to handle, the only thing that he wanted was to have Elizabeth in his arms, to hug her. There was a scene where he went to her grave. When he opens and digs the grave, all was left from Elizabeth was her ashes. The moment he cried, the moment he touched those ashes, too much longing, too much grief that he couldn't even handle himself, that it took him 400 years to find her reincarnation. And when Jonathan Harker was listening to Dracula, he was telling him that if you kill me, that will also be the same destiny that my beloved, which is Mina Moray, would experience, because that is how you describe love. That is how you have that journey of love. By the time he saw the locket where the picture of Mina Moray were, that was like his moment of truth. After 400 years, he finally found Elizabeth. And for me, that one pinnacle scene where he finally had the chance to see her, it was in slow motion. That it was only the two of them exist. And the same with Elizabeth. It felt like it was her memories, but she felt like that it's not her memory, that she kind of knew, or she knew that man waiting in front of her, but she wasn't sure if she really knew the man. On Dracula's point of view, looking at her, seeing her after 400 years, again, my favorite term for the day is longing and yearning, and those tears in his eyes that wanted to fall down because he had seen the love of his life. Fast forward, the priest told her that you are manipulated, you are lured by the count, because everybody knew that he's using the scent to lure women and manipulate them. And she was like telling the count when he sneaks into her room, and she said that you lure me, you manipulated me, you use your scent. And he looked at her with those gaze, and he said, I didn't do anything. And in a moment of silence, you know that they had a connection, and you know that they are a part of each other's past. There is also this line that Elizabeth told the priest and the doctor, that I believe I am not a part of this world, that this is not mine to begin with, that I don't think that I belong here. Non-verbatim. All I can say in the film is that when you love someone, you're gonna do anything for that person you love. There was this line that Dracula said in the first part that I could not live without her. And in those years, he hadn't lived for himself. And he was denying, and he was angry that God has taken away the love of his life, even if he begged the priest to tell God to not take her away. And because it was not given to him, he retaliated, he had his own revenge, he tried for his so-called salvation, and he denied that connection with him, with God, because he believed that he did so many things for him, but this time in his life, when he asked for one thing, he was not given a chance. And he always said that he was denied of death. That was the only thing that he wanted, but God denied him with that. There was this line that the priest said, that you have to repent and you have to ask forgiveness in order to find that salvation. He also said, non-verbatim, that in the end, it was all love. That is how love circles into this movie. And there was also this scene about love where Jonathan Harker calling Mina's name. Mina was on the bed holding Dracula's ashes, and when he said Mina, she looked at him in the eye, and he knew from that moment she wasn't his. But despite of that, the love that he gave her was to let her go. And it was love in different forms. Love from the past, present, and the future. Overall, I love the movie. From the prosthetics. Dracula's older version gives me a bad imagination of him because it's scary. Everything from the medieval castle to the cinematography to the cast. Dracula, I was so in awe with him because of the way he portrays Dracula. That he was Dracula himself. Like, nobody else could play Dracula aside from him. The movie for me just gave me another gist of Dracula's tale. His love, his journey, the grief that he has been through, the regrets, the forgiveness, the darkness in him. That if darkness had overpowered you, you also become within the dark. One way or another, life begins and life ends. Thank you so much, guys, for watching throughout the minutes with me. I hope you are having a nice day, and I hope you guys are safe. Take care of yourself, and whatever you guys wished for yourself or for people you love, I hope it would really do come true. Stay safe, everyone. Bye. Until our next movie review, click like and subscribe.